So what are some key steps that should be taken when auditing a Google Analytics account?
Sure. I mean, for those of you who are avid analytics users, there are so many different reports that are available within the platform. You have the ability to create your own custom reports. So it can be overwhelming to know where to start when it comes to auditing your analytics account. But I really feel like there are some key areas that you can start off in that don't require a ton of digging through data, that can kind of help guide the rest of your audit based off of what you're seeing within those key reports. I always like to start on the audience overview page of analytics. It gives a nice view of some of those key metrics like overall traffic, page views, our beloved bounce rate, pages per session, and things of that nature. I feel like if you start on that area of analytics and look at a longer date range, maybe go 6 months to a year back, you can really evaluate and identify different trends that can help you pinpoint areas that you might need to dive into a little bit further. For example, when you're looking at these longer term trends, you might be able to quickly pinpoint an issue with tracking that you may not have known existed. Something that we see commonly, which is unfortunate, is that businesses can have their analytics code duplicated on their website, which can actually impact the viability of the data that analytics is reporting. So an example of that would be it can deflate your bounce rate. So an average or normal bounce rate might be anywhere in the 20 to 30% range. If you're seeing bounce rates that are 5% or 1%, that should definitely trigger you to question what's causing that. And you can see that on this slide in the bottom graphic. This is an example where we can see that a client's bounce rate dropped significantly on a specific date. And unfortunately, in this instance, it wasn't caught by their previous agency for quite some time. So when they moved over and started working with Stream, we started digging back into their historical data, and it was something that we were able to pinpoint immediately and quickly work with their website provider to resolve. So again, sometimes just taking that minute to look at a longer date range, whether it be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe even going back 4 years or looking at all time, can really help you to identify where there might be issues with your tracking. A couple other areas that I always like to look into are with attribution reporting, which is essentially just analytics, very simplified report where it breaks down your traffic by channel grouping. So this is a great way to just get a high level view of all of the different channels, whether it be organic, paid search, email, direct, that are driving traffic to your website, and the percentage of traffic that each of those respective channels is driving. First thing that I always look at here is, where is organic search falling on this list? Our philosophy is that organic should always be your #1 traffic driver. It's free traffic, and if you have SEO as the foundation of your digital strategy, it really should be the highest weighted traffic source. If you're seeing things like in this situation, paid search is actually driving more traffic than organic, that could be an indicator that there's some cannibalization going on between those channels, or potentially, you could be over investing in paid search, and there could be an opportunity for you to pull back those dollars and maybe reallocate into a different channel. Sounds really simple, or obvious, but taking a look at the geolocation reporting and analytics, it's important to have a pulse on where your traffic is coming from a geolocation standpoint. And I always recommend, take a look at this from a high level across all channels, but then also take it to the next step and get a little bit more granular and take a look at where traffic is coming from specifically for your paid search campaigns or your social campaigns or your email campaigns, just to make sure that there's no issues with targeting and you're not seeing any traffic coming from irrelevant locations, whether it be outside of your PMA or outside of your state, whatever it may be. That can help you identify where there might be some areas in your targeting an overall ad strategy that you need to look into a little bit further.